Hi everybody, welcome to today's tutorial. So today we're going to discuss on how to create this rendered architecture elevation that you see over here. So rather than just having flat elevations, we can create these elevations with these textures and create images that sort of add a little bit of depth to the design that you're kind of talking about, and also even add context to the elevations to tell a story. Yeah, so let's get right into it. So this is a design of a SketchUp model of a cafeteria that I had done a while back. So I just use this model, so you can see sort of the design, how it looks like. So I've just set up a scene for the elevation. So for the sake of this tutorial, we need 3 image exports from SketchUp. So we'll just put it in the scene and we'll zoom a little bit back so that everything kind of fits in, and I'll just adjust it a little bit so that it fits correctly in the frame. We'll just update the scene. Alright, so we need 3 exports. One is the export with only the textures, so we'll just off the shadows. Other one is an export of only your hidden line or only the lines. So if you just set in your styles, if you just set it to hidden line, you don't need the guides, so let's just off the guides. So one with, again, even on your profiles. Yeah, so we need one export like this that shows the line work of your design, and the last export is only your shadows. So just on your shadows and off everything else, your edges and your profiles. So one export like this. So that's it. 3 exports. One is for your texture. One is for your profiles and your line work that show your design, and one for the shadows. So let's just start exporting one by one. So let's just export the texture image first. So I'll just export this 2D graphic. So I'll save it in my desktop, make a new folder, call it elevation render. So I'll call this one texture. Alright, so the next one that we're gonna export is the line work of the image. So just go back to your styles, select the hidden line, off your guides in view and guides, and go to edit and off on the profiles. So you get a clean line work of your image. Let's export this as well. So go to your 2D graphic, and I'll just call it hidden line, or you can just call it outline. That's better, I guess. Alright, and the last one that we need to export is the shadows. So let's just switch on our shadows and off our edges and profiles. So the reason we are exporting the shadows as a separate image and not with the other image with the outline is because we get more freedom to edit the shadows separately in Photoshop. So I'll just show that to you in a while. So let's export this as well, and I'll call it shadows. Alright, okay, so that's all done. So let's just go to your desktop. So we have all your 3 images. So let's just take the texture image right into Photoshop. Alright, so okay, so we have put this in. Let's just duplicate it, call it texture soft. Let's export the other one then. One is the outline. So we'll export this in and we'll set it the blend mode to multiply. So what I mentioned this in my previous video. So in multiply, what it does is that it removes your the white part of the image and only keeps the black lines. It doesn't delete them, but it just sets it as a mask so that it's easy for you to just overlay it over an image. Alright, and then the other one is our shadows. So even the shadows we can just set to multiply. Alright, looks good. Okay, now we can just put them all in a group. I have this sort of portion that's coming out of the image. If you can just remove that, put a mask for the group and delete that part off. So take your brush tool, take your black color, take your brush tool, your black color, and just slightly erase it off. Yeah. Oops. No, I think I put it on the other layer. Yeah, so I'll just erase it off. And I'll just add another layer in the background and color it white. For the white background, let's take the white color. White, yeah. So now what we need to do is we need to create an elevation line in the ground where the ground is getting cut. So that just needs to be a thick black line. So let's just take that pen tool, P for pen tool, and make a big black line over here. So I'll just change the stroke to black, increase it to maybe 10, put the further group. It's too thick, so let's do 7 maybe. Yeah, that looks good. Now after this we need to give it a little bit of context, like a background and even a little bit of a sky. So let's just add that. So we need to kind of remove or mask the parts, the white parts of the image over here. So let's just take Wand tool, go to your texture image and select similar to select the white parts so we can mask them out. So we need to keep all of these. Okay, checking this texture. Go back to the image, have a look. Yeah, so we need to kind of manually remove the lines. So we'll just quickly select these. So I'm just removing the white parts. So just hold on shift with your magic wand and select all the white parts that you need to remove. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, that's it. So if you just select the wrong part, just hit Ctrl Z and then you can go back. Yeah, almost done. Alright, and we need to remove these parts as well. Yeah, so that's almost selected. can even select this one. So I just use the marquee tool to select that. Shift click with the marquee tool and just select that white part as well. Alright, so after that, you just mark it out, go to your group, select the brush tool and just erase it off. Yeah, so you see it's all gone. So what we need to do is we need to put a background. So for that, what I've done in this image is a light gradient from like a light blue to white or transparent. So just let's take the gradient tool, go to the kind of settings that they have. Let's take setting from color to transparent, so we can adjust it later. So let's select the blue color, lighter maybe, that looks good, and just drag and drop. So I think we'll just create a new layer. Let's Ctrl G, create a new layer, the outside. Select the blue color again that I wanted, small arrow over there, a little bit more, triple sand, that looks good. Let's just draw it. So it's come in reverse, so that means you need to draw it from up to down. So let's do that. Yeah, that looks good. So let's take it out, let's put it behind our image. And we're just on the background image. So yeah, that looks good. We can actually even play with the color afterwards. So let's just Ctrl D. So let's just take our hue saturation tool for this layer. Just alt click so that it gets attached to only this layer, or you can use this button over here. Now maybe decrease saturation a little bit. Change to a different type of blue. This one looks good. Even reduce the opacity a little bit, so it's a little subtle, but it's good, guys. Now we can start adding a little more depth to the shadows. Now you can see that the shadows are a little flat. So just go back to your group and take your shadow layer. And let's just rasterize that layer, and we can use the burn tool to kind of give more depth to the shadows. So what you need to do is, you know that the shadow is falling on like this, so you know that the part below the shade will be darker. So just need to take two sides of the shadow and slowly fade it into a lighter type of shadow. So basically, if the light is falling on this shade, the shadow right below the shade will be darker. So this part and this part will be darker than the part over here. So we just got to repeat that to all parts of the shadow to give the shadow a more realistic effect. That's what even I've done over here. If you see the shadow over here and the shadow over here will be darker. That's kind of the thing that I've continued all over. So just start doing that. Take your burn tool, go to your shadow layer. So you can, I think it's O is the shortcut for burn tool. Select that, just select your shadows, select similar, all the shadows selected, and just start slowly giving it that look. So let's take the burn tool, burn it in, using the shift tool, reduce the exposure a little bit so you get more control. Make the sizes more darker, a little bit more here. A little more here. brush a little bit more bigger, draw more area. Go back. It's good. Make it uniform all over. All over, yes. More over there. Looking good. So you see guys, yeah, that's much better. You see that the shadows are looking much better than before. Alright, now let's add in some of the background trees and the images to give it a little bit more context. So let's go to Chrome and search for tree silhouette. Take some images. This one looks good. Okay, let's just copy this and load. Let's copy this image, go to Photoshop, paste it. So just set to multiply. So we use the white background, much easier than deleting it. Scale to the right size, and we'll just take it behind our buildings. So yeah, behind a building, but we can just keep it in front of a sky. So we'll just rename this to sky, so to avoid any confusion. We can reduce the size even a little bit. Reduce the opacity. Put them in a group, call it trees. Actually, I don't want to put in full opacity, and we can control the opacity to tree group later. Let's add more trees. And this one looks good. This one, this looks good too. Let's let it load. Save this image. Save it on desktop. I'll just take it into Photoshop. Control T. Scale it. Copy it. Put it over here. Just take this tree again. Put it up over here. Just flip it so that it doesn't look identical. Stretch it out a little bit. Make it a little smaller. Nice. So we have some trees going on over here now. So we just reduce the opacity of the trees group now so that it gets a little bit more subtle. Much better. Now for the final thing, let's just add people. So let's Google search people silhouette. So always put the people in a way so that you can kind of explain your design, or even kind of show a part of the design that you want to see. So in this building that I did, I have like a ramp that goes up onto the roof. So I'll place a person on the roof to emphasize on the aspect of the design that the roof is also usable. It may vary from person to person. So I'll just take this one image. So I'll just copy it, take it to Photoshop, paste it. Put it on this group outside, Control D. Sorry, wrong group. Control D. Again, I'll set to multiply. The white part's gone. Scale it. So I'll just use this door as a scale, so I know if my person's in the correct height. And yeah, that looks about right. Alright. So I'll just split them into two. So layer by a cut. So and I'll just take this person over here and maybe this person on top. So let's just put them in the group. Use the opacity. That's good. After this thing, you can put a color lookup on it. So if you see the image that I have over here, you see that there's a little bit of pinkish effect going on in this image. So you can do that by just putting a color lookup. So go to color lookup in the settings over here. Put it on top of your image and just go through them. There's definitely a lot of different types of looks that you can go for. I'm just scrolling all of them. Some are little. I think I like this one, so I'll just put this for now. So reduce the opacity a little bit. Yeah, and that's it, guys. That's how we sort of change your flat images from kind of this effect, this image, to a more vibrant one which shows a lot of your design features, add a little more depth to the image and more context to the image. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial. So please subscribe to the channel if you want more tutorials coming up soon regarding all ways of architecture and design representation. So that's it for now. Thank you.